All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Right now, I'm actually wiring the LED lights into so I can actually have them feed from the power box inside my car and activate them. So basically, I have two different switches here. The first switch in my car controls just these LED light pods, and I was thinking, like, wiring wise, it'd be much easier because the LED light pods are wired to this wire right here. For when I turn on the first switch, it turns on the LED light pods, and it would turn on this to flash back and forth. But technically, I'm not a police officer, but I can legally have those running on the roads, the two light pods, 1 and 2, without any problems. But obviously, I couldn't be running flashing lights on the road, so I have to do two different switches. So in my car, how I have it set up, which you guys have seen multiple times, which we'll get to, first switch will turn on just LED light pods. And I do eventually want to get more light pods to make it look cooler and just be brighter. So I probably would wire in the future lights to the fog lights, and there's these holes right here because I think this bumper was used for law enforcement, so find some kind of other cool lights to cover that up too. Just be cool. Or maybe even wire it, now that I have the police lights hooked up, maybe actually I probably would actually have it wired in the police lights mechanism, if that kind of makes sense though. But right now though, what we're doing, so this is the wiring switch right here, and what we're going to do, so the white wire right here, that one controls the light flash patterns. Okay, that controls light flash patterns. The black wire obviously negative, the red wire positive, right? So how I have it wired with my car is, as you guys can see right here, there's wires coming up that go under the car, that go down this panel right here under my car into the box, into my interior of the car, in the cab they say. So I have to rewire another wire that's going to be hooked to the second switch, because the second switch right now, how that wire, the second switch turns on the visor lights and it turns on the dash light right there. So what we're going to do, how it works is all I have to do is find my ground. So the black would be the ground. So all I have to do is connect the black wire to the red wire, and then the red wire to the positive. And then right now, just for a video really quick, which you guys are going to see in a second, I'm just going to hook these up with the light pods, because when I shot a video yesterday, they weren't working. I actually figured out the problem though. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just wire it right now. Just basically put this on the battery and just have those lights flashing with the other lights, so I can see it all with the light pods and just see how aggressive it looks. But I eventually will do the wiring, and I have the wiring right here to go through on the car. So let's stop talking, let's dive right to the point and see what we can figure out. See here, I have the positive and negative wire on the battery. We're gonna go ahead and shut the hood. This is just for the video, and I know I was explaining to you guys the wiring box in the car, so I'll show you guys. Windows are nice and tinted. So what I'm talking about is how I have it set up. This switch right here, this is the first switch. This will just control my LED light pods, so you can see here, because these are the ones I use on the road. And then this switch right here, so this is the LED light pod switch. Okay, then there's this switch right here, second one, and that one's what activates the lights, the visor lights. So you can see up here the visor lights are going. It activates my dash light, and how we're going to wire it right now is we're going to activate the light on the bull bar. So you can see why I want it separate. I'm going to go ahead and shut the lights off because I'm actually really eager to see what this looks like. You can see all the other builds in the garage. The garage is kind of a mess, but we're going to go ahead and see. Oh, great. Well, we already saw that yesterday. There's one switch I forgot, and the last switch I forgot was this one. And then actually, just for the heck of it, might as well go ahead and turn on the headlights, just for the heck of it. Ugh, I dropped the phone. Just for the heads of it. Just for the video. This is all for the video. Oh, I slammed my thumb in the door. Okay, so now I have every light on my car activated. That looks sick. That looks pretty sick. So like I said in the video, the white wire activates the flash patterns. So I'm going to go ahead actually and leave this right here real quick. Gonna leave this here really quick, and gonna shut off the pod lights because those ones don't make the most sense. All right, so I shut off the pod lights. So, because the pod lights are like for off-road use. So and you can see this light bar better. That's what I like. So that's the flash pattern I fell in love with. I really like it. I mean, that's the speed it goes. So whenever I activate my lights, that's what you're gonna see. I will try to go as far as possible as far as content. But basically, if I'm flying down the road, that's what you're going to see. So flashing visor lights, the dash lights, and the light on the bull bar. So, yeah, that's what I like so far. And we're going to go ahead and wire this thing in. New lights, guys, on the bull bar right here. They got the new lights installed, got the dash light here, and got the visor lights going. So it looks pretty sick. We're going to go ahead and wire it all in, and it's all on one switch, which is epic. So let's go ahead. Alrighty, guys, so we're finally set, I hope. So as you guys see, we have the light bar here, we have the wiring coming up here, and the nice thing that I really like about what I did was when it was connected to the cigarette lighter, you could disconnect it and connect it, and then there's a cigarette lighter. So I use that same piece. So I'm just thinking futuristic wise, this bull bar will come off because it's true. I have to take the bull bar off. I have to take the bull bar off, and I have to take the front bumper off to take care of this windshield wiper fluid reservoir because this thing is completely obliterated. It was broken, still is broken, and I have a lot of work to do. And I really don't want to be snipping wires when I'm taking it off, though. So believe it or not, though, there is a disconnecting harness for these individually, which is great. And there's a disconnecting harness right here as well. So when the bull bar comes off, I won't have to, fortunately, I won't have to rewire anything. Like I won't have to get tape and rewire things, but that's besides the point though. We're going to go ahead and try to show you guys my rat mess here, but it's kind of simple though. So under here, I guess, so connected to these two wires is the one wire that's from the cab of the car, okay? So from the cab of the car, there's one red wire, and that's connected to these two red wires. These two red wires, one of them is for the light on the bull bar, and one of them is actually for the strobes that are in these headlights here, okay? So just remember, there's one wire running in right here from the cab. From when I turn on the switch, it will activate the light. So how it works is you have the positive wire, and then you have the negative wire, right? So that since the cab wires are already wired in with the battery, which are also some of these wires right here, the box in the interior in the cab is already wired, so it's already getting positive and negative feed. So the positive wire is right here, and that's got a switch which is in the cab, which is on the electronic box here. So basically, if I were to wire new lights, which I'm hoping that there will be more coming, if I want to go just standard like LED light pod wise, I would wire this wire because there's two individual wires that are coming up here. So I would use this wire right here to get the if I were to buy more LED light pods or fog lights and want it on the switch. This is a wire for the first switch, which turn on the bull bar, and then the wire that's connected to both these wires, which is actually sitting right here, that's a wire that will do all the flashing lights. So then that's good to know if I were to buy like more strobe lights or more like pod lights or fog lights, you know. So the red wire would be basically in my book police lights, but they're not a police officer. So flashing lights, let's just say that for reference, flashing lights. And then the other one right here will be for like the light pods, like the steady light. So I'm super excited, but let's go ahead. It's kind of hard to close my hood with one hand, but let's go ahead and show you guys exactly what I got going on. You ready? Here we go. So I will demonstrate. First switch will be the bull bar lights. That's the first switch. Second one will be the police strobe lights. So it's all now wired in. So one push of the button, and it's got the strobe lights, and it's got the bull bar lights. So you can see here, because there were those two red wires, right? One of the red wires, like I said, goes to this goes to the light right here, and the other wire goes to the strobe. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and shut the lights off for y'all, all of them. And I'm going to give you guys a nice glimpse of the ultimatum rig. Yeah. Yep. That, I am very, very, very happy with how that looks. It's very specific. So that's what's going on, guys. Thank you guys for coming on this journey. Make sure to leave your comments and thoughts down below. And I'll see you guys when I get more lights. Here we go.